Hello my loves, and welcome back to my channel. Today's yoga flow is centered around the Aquarius season. So go ahead and join me in the center of your mat, your legs a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. And we're going to start by just gently and playfully swinging back and forth. Really be loose and playful with this motion, just kind of warming up our body. Do what feels intuitive in this moment. You can see I'm kind of rocking back and forth on my hips. Then we're going to come back to center and take a deep inhale, bringing our gaze and our hands towards the sky. Exhale, bring our arms down. One more time. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, bring our arms down. Inhale, reaching up towards the sky. Then bringing those hands together in prayer position and lowering your hands towards your heart. Taking a few deep, intentional breaths in this pose. Really inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, reach your arms back up. Exhale, lean it over to the right side. Feeling that stretch in your side body. Inhale back to center. Exhale, reaching to the left side. Inhale back to center. And then we're going to go ahead and dive forward, keeping our biceps by our ears, still having those hands in prayer position, slowly going all the way down to the mat. Once you get there, we're going to go ahead and take our chest towards the left side, bringing our chest as close to our leg as we can. And then go ahead and bring your chest towards the right side. Deeply inhaling into that stretch. Then you can come back to the center and tuck your hands into your elbows and gently just ragdoll back and forth, swaying. Start to consider the themes of Aquarius season. This is a time to think unconventionally, to be a little rebellious, and to really hone in on your creativity. Then we're going to lean into our left hip, into a little side lunge, bending that left leg, keeping our back nice and straight, elongating through our spine. Then go ahead and place your right hand on the mat and lift that left arm towards the sky, bringing your gaze up towards that left hand, getting a slight twist here, still in that side lunge. Bring that hand down, and then we're going to go to the right side. So leaning into that right hip stretch, releasing any tension from our hips. Then placing our left hand on the mat and raising our right hand towards the sky, stacking our shoulders, bringing the gaze up towards that right hand. Still just gently breathing into these movements. Then coming back to center into a wide-legged forward fold. Then we're going to go into a squat and do a few cat-cows in the squat position. So you're going to do a few of these at your own pace, but you're going to inhale, arch the back, looking up towards the sky. Exhale, rounding the back, tucking the tailbone in and bringing the chin to the chest. Inhale, looking up, arching the back. Exhale, rounding the back, tucking the chin to the chest. Do that a few more times, taking nice big inhales and exhales, really exaggerating that movement. As you begin to contemplate how you want to express your individuality in this season. Then come back to the squat position, bring your hands to your heart in prayer position, and we're now going to alternate raising our heels to work those calves. Still in a squat position, so try to lower as low as you can, alternating raising those heels. And considering how you can let go other people's judgments or opinions of you so you can truly express your creativity and individuality. Now we're going to raise both heels, squat even further, feeling that energy in our legs, that life force energy, and then bringing it back down, standing up, shake it out a little bit, and then go ahead and meet me at the top of your mat in mountain pose for just a moment. Inhaling towards the sky. Exhaling into forward fold. Inhale into halfway lift, extending our spine out through our crown. Exhaling back down into forward fold. Put your palms on your mat and step it back into plank. Now we're going to do a wave motion by going up into downward facing dog, back into plank, really getting some fluidity in your body as we move through this pose. Again, expressing our full authenticity, our full creativity, which is perfect for Aquarius season. Then meet me back in downward facing dog for just a moment. Then we're going to walk the dog, just alternating bending those legs before we head into one of our power poses, Wild Thing. So you're going to inhale, lift that left leg up as high as you can into three-legged dog. You can bend that leg if you want to. And we're going to find stability in that right leg, really pushing it into the ground, starting to lean that left leg back towards the back of our mat, and then taking it back into Wild Thing. If you just want to stay in three-legged dog, you can. But if you're feeling extra rebellious, you can join me in Wild Thing for just a moment. And then bringing it back into downward facing dog. Inhale, bring that left leg up again into three-legged dog one more time. This time we're sweeping it through into a high pigeon. So keep our chest up nice and high, pushing our hips into the mat, releasing that tension, that judgment of other people in this pose. A lot of times we can hold that judgment, that resentment in our hips. Still in high pigeon, you're going to reach that right hand back, keeping your thumb up, and grab onto your right foot. You can take it into mermaid pose if you want, but I'm going to stay here because this is where my body allows me to go. I feel a nice deep stretch in my quadricep here. Breathe into that stretch, just noticing where you feel it in the body. And then we're going to gently release it and meet me in low pigeon. Keeping our back nice and straight, extending out through our crown. Breathing into that hip stretch. And then go ahead and pop back up into plank. And then finally meet me in downward facing dog. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So inhale, bring that right leg up into three-legged dog. Go ahead and start to find that stability on your left leg as we take it back into Wild Thing. It's okay if you're a little wobbly here. And you can stay in three-legged dog if that feels more comfortable to you. Or you can be the rebel like the Aquarius is and meet me in Wild Thing. Now come back to downward facing dog for just a moment. Shake it out, walk it out if you need to. Inhale, bringing that right leg up and then sweeping it through into high pigeon. Keeping that chest nice and high, lowering that hip as low as we can to the ground, feeling that release in our hips. Feeling that unconventional Aquarian energy still buzzing through us as we reach our left hand back, thumb up towards the sky, and grab onto that left foot. Again, you can bring it into mermaid pose here, but I'm going to stay in this position, really breathing into that quadricep stretch. Really feeling that Aquarian energy pulse through my body. Then we're going to gently release it, and you can meet me in a low pigeon, bringing your forearms to your mat. Breathing into this moment. Breathing into that hip as you release the tension in your hip. Then joining me back in high pigeon for just a moment. And then go ahead and go to tabletop. We're going to release all that energy in our upper body by going to child's pose for just a moment. I bring my toes together and my knees wider as I feel that nice elongation throughout my arms, shoulders, and back. Take a nice few deep breaths in this pose. Now bring it back up into tabletop for just a moment, and then lower your hips, raise your chest and your gaze into upward facing dog. Feeling that sensation in your ab muscles as we elongate them in this pose. And then go ahead and meet me on your back as we round out our practice. So you're going to have your feet flat on the floor, pressing your palms into your mat, Let's press our hips up into bridge pose. You can even sway them back and forth, doing what feels intuitive in this stretch. I'm going to take my hands in a bind behind my back and breathe as I press my hips up towards the sky as high as I can. Go ahead and extend that right leg, and let's do a few ankle circles. Still in bridge pose, still pushing those hips up towards the sky, and then switch towards your left leg, extending it towards the sky, doing a few ankle circles as well. Still pushing those hips up as high as you can. And back into bridge pose for just a moment, and then we're going to release it down. Go ahead and hug both knees into your chest, feeling that elongation in your lower back. Then extend your right foot, keeping your left knee towards your chest. Round out the ankle if you need to, and then switch it to the other side, extending that left leg, bringing your right knee towards your chest, hugging it in as close as you can, and then bring both knees to your chest, hugging them in one more time, and then release it down. I'm going to bring my legs in butterfly position, my hands in cactus pose, as we end our practice here together. Taking nice, deep breaths, allowing ourselves to truly be in this moment and consider how we need to express our individuality, our creativity, maybe think outside the box in this Aquarius season. If you want to extend your arms and your legs in traditional Savasana for these last few moments, you can, or you can stay in your pose. Continue taking nice, deep breaths as you feel that Aquarian energy rush through your body. Tune into your intuition and ask what you need in this moment. You can stay in Savasana for a few more moments, or if you're done with your practice, you can meet me in the middle of your mat in seated position. Bring your hands to your heart and prayer pose. I will see you in the next yoga flow. Namaste.